Okay, this is going to be a video on Brock Lesnar and pretty much my live reaction slash thoughts on the whole thing that pretty much pursued that Monday night on Raw. And to tell you guys the truth, it was weird. So this is going to date back to the Friday before WrestleMania. And it was early morning. We were at the hotel, myself, Steve, and Miguel. And I was brushing my teeth, and Miguel's like, "Yo, Ravi, you're never going to believe who's spotted in Miami." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then he's like, "You'll never guess." I guess he's pretty much implying, guess who's here. So I started listing guys: Batista, just as just some joking stuff, whatever, Hulk Hogan, all this, all that. It's all he's like, "No, you'll never guess it." And then he just gave me one hint, which what did he say? He said like, Jade's name resembles this guy's name. And I said it. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then I'm like, "No." He's like, "Yes." And then he didn't show me his phone because he's reading on his phone. I was just in shock. I'm like, "You're kidding," because there was talks of him signing, but there was no talks of him being in Miami at the time. So I believed it. And then Steve was there, and Steve's trying to guess as well, and he can't get it. And we're like, "Okay, just drop the whole subject. Let Steve be surprised." So that was the end of that. We're kind of in shock, kind of thinking, what's going to happen, how they're going to bring him out. And so the next day goes around, and when we see Luke, and that's when we break to Steve that we were just joking. Miguel was just joking the whole time. He's saying, "Oh, Ravi, I was just joking. He didn't actually show up, but tell Steve that it's true, and let's get Steve so riled up." And then, so pretty much when he tells someone, they're going to be like, "What are you talking about? Like, this guy's a fool." This was the whole plan Miguel kind of orchestrated, but obviously backfired once pretty much Monday came around when someone from my Twitter, actually, they just tweeted, "Guess who just landed in Miami?" And it was a picture of Brock and Sable getting off an airplane, walking through. And then WWE also tweeted it, and they said, "This man just landed or this man just entered the building," or something. And it was a promo picture of Brock Lesnar. And that pretty much just confirmed everything. The whole crowd knew, and I know a lot of people said, it's a smart crowd. They read it on the internet that they read the dirt sheets. But WWE did pretty much spoil the whole thing on their Twitter. And the whole time, people were either chanting yes, or "We want yes, yes, yeah," or "We want Brock, or "We want Lesnar," whatever. And I was kind of downplaying it because I was like, man, they can say it, but they never said he's going to appear. Who cares? There's people backstage all the time. Doesn't always mean they're going to go out. And Luke, he was very, very excited to see him. "Oh man, I can't wait to see Brock. Can't wait to see Brock." And I'm just like, I just kind of trolled him, saying he's not going to come. Who cares? Brock's nothing. Brock can't headline a main event if his life depended on it. Just everything to piss him off, I tried to do. But deep down inside, I was like, I didn't actually know for 100% sure, but I was just downplaying it. If he didn't show up, I won't be as disappointed. So Brock never showed up the whole night. Cena did his promo, and Miguel said that guaranteed, when it said Cena calls out Brock, he's going to call him out, and Brock Lesnar is going to show up. And Miguel said it. He's like, "Dude, I guarantee you Cena's going to say, 'Bring out the Rock,' and then Lesnar's music's going to hit." So as soon as Cena started talking, I got my phone out, my flip, Steve got his, Miguel got his, and we had it filming, and we had it pointed at the Titantron. I was pointing mine at Cena for half the time, but so we were doing both, and as soon as he said, "Bring out the Rock," right to the Titantron, and as soon as you heard his music hit, I had never in my life experienced something so loud, so overwhelming, to the point where it's like, holy cow. Like, I know the yes chants were loud, but Brock Lesnar coming back, you have 20,000 people in that building. Compared to an ROH show, I know it gets loud, but there's only about 1,000 people at that show. 20,000 people all gathered together, just cheering, jumping, holy shit moment. It's something I'm never going to forget, because I was there, I was filming, and I haven't uploaded my reaction yet, but it will be up, and you can hear it. I was going, I was marking out, and Luke said he was at Luke was at the return when Raw came back in February, and wherever he was, Anaheim or something, and he said that this return was better. So that's coming from a big Rock fan, and he said the Brock Lesnar was bigger and better. So it just shows that, man, we were part of history that night, and it's something I'm never going to forget. That whole Monday Night Raw was something I'm never gonna forget. You know, Toronto's had some good Raws here and there. Like we saw Bret Hart win the U.S. title, Edge Appreciation Night on SmackDown, just other weird stuff that I've been to. But that night in Miami was just surpassed everything you ever expected WWE to produce, and the crowd had a lot to do with it, and just everything they threw at you that night. And the crowd, I think, pretty much made that show amazing. But for WrestleMania 29, this is pretty much where the questions come out. What is he going to do? Are they going to have Cena Brock 1 year in advance? They didn't announce it, but they had pretty much gave the old, he gives them an F5, you know, this can only mean that Cena wants a match. Could happen at SummerSlam. I hope it does, because I just don't want another Rock and Cena match. I would say put Lesnar and Triple H, put Cena Undertaker, put Rock and Austin, put Rock and Rock and someone. Just don't put them with Cena. That's all I want. I don't want to see a Rock and Brock Lesnar either, just because we've seen that match already. And be quite honest, I'm not a big Brock Lesnar fan. You know, it's cool to see him, but Brock and Brock from 02 or whatever it was, SummerSlam, I was cheering for Rock. And to be quite honest, I'm not a big Rock fan either. So that just shows you how big of a Brock Lesnar fan I really am. And pretty much, you know, I just want to see Cena Undertaker. I think that's pretty much going to be the money match if they were to have it. And Austin Punk is another one. Even Rock and Austin one more time. That's just something that no one can get sick of, because they know how to mix and match everything. None of their matches are the same. But having Lesnar back, it can only mean good things for the company. But it seems like they can't rely on their new guys to make WrestleMania amazing. They need to rely on guys that they established so many years ago. They got to bring them back. Pretty much got to say, hey, use your star power and make us buy, like get us buys. You know, forget us working our ass off and making this guy huge for a year and then just shoving him out there. But that's just me. I think it's awesome that he's back, but you know, we'll see what they do with him. And yeah, leave your guys' thoughts, reactions, whatever, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be the WrestleMania tour. It's going to be Thursday when I landed in Miami and met up with Steve and Miguel. So see you guys in a while, in a bit.